that we're gonna have an interesting raw chat today about sexual capacity.
Capacity, appetite.
Both sexual capacity
like libido, yeah.
No, both. We're talking about sexual appetite and sexual capacity.
They've been doing their thing, putting haters to shame, and they both got that master plan. It ain't nothing you can do to stop their thing. The Styles family. The Styles family. Styles family. Oh, yeah.
It's good Style Squad. It's your boy Big Remo.
Yeah, what up? It's your girl Noah. And we are the STYLES Familia. And today we have something a little different. I think it's a great thing though.
Yeah.
On IG, we go live every Sunday. We don't share it on YouTube, so we figured that we're gonna have an interesting raw chat today about sexual capacity.
Capacity, appetite.
Both sexual capacity
like libido, yeah.
No, both. We're talking about sexual appetite and sexual capacity. Yes. So we're here, we're live right here, but you guys are gonna get a raw and
unedited, unfiltered,
everything,
live
and we
chat.
want us to share it with you on YouTube. You ready, babe?
Yeah, let's get into it. I ain't gonna lie, we look good, man. You was gone for a week?
It's the lighting.
Yeah.
I was gone for a
Damn.
week. I know. Just got back.
Yeah.
Literally just got back. And although it may seem like I'm just like in the best of spirits, I am. Although
Hey, it's good, love.
I'm a little stuffy and I'm hoping that
goes
I
away?
am okay.
No,
Yeah.
you gonna be fine. You gonna be fine.
I'm just like a little, I woke up with, is this TMI?
No, you can. You talk about sex. And go
I woke up with a bloody nose and it was really bad. Not even like a bloody nose. It was dripping like whoosh, like a running faucet with blood. And it was really bad. So
Yeah, it was kind of crazy to see that.
I didn't know what was going on. So now my nose is just a little stuffy. So I'm hoping that everything's all good. We're all clear. My bestie was sneezing too yesterday, so we're hoping everybody's all good. We're gonna give a few more minutes to see if anyone is gonna join us.
Right.
And even if not, we're still gonna get into it. What we notice is that we may not have a lot of people join us live, but a lot of people do watch the replays.
Right.
And
So
make
it's
comments,
yeah,
right?
it's it is what it is, you know. Either way, we're here to push the envelope and continue the conversations going because these conversations are important and they do matter. So we're gonna have them regardless. Hey guys, we're talking about sexual appetite as well as sexual capacity. Two very different things, but they're also aligned. I could define sexual appetite real quick. It's basically one's libido. It's how one feels they should experience sex and like the amount of sex they should have, their desires to have sex. I compare it to, it's gonna sound crazy, but to food. You know, you have appetite for food, you have appetite for a lot of things. It's just like that. So everybody has a sexual appetite. And I don't know if you want to define sexual capacity.
Sexual capacity is the amount or ability or lack thereof that you are willing or want to have or engage in sex.
Or sexual acts, right.
Or sexual acts. And it could be aligned to
like
interruptions that are going on, like mentally, physically, positive things that are happening that may allow you to have the capacity for sex more or less.
It could be like even your love language. Like some people like physical touch, some people don't. So sometimes like my guy or you know, if a guy I see a girl trying to make a move, hey baby, you know, and you're like, whoa, what you doing? You know what I mean? Because like, that's not your love language, you know. So stuff like that kind of plays a role in it. But basically, like you said, it's one is the capacity to receive sex and have sex, and the other is the ability to like what you want. So it's very aligned.
Right. So with your capacity is what you're able, basically able to engage in your level of engagement. Hey, your level of engagement.
What's good?
Your level, their capacity is your level of engagement in sex.
Right, and then the desire, the appetite is like how much sex you want to, I guess, consume.
Engaging,
engaging. Yeah.
And so these are
Hey, that's good, Paco.
two very different things, and as usual, we want us to engage in this conversation because with the company around us, this conversation has been coming up a lot, and we thought it would be a great topic
Absolutely.
to discuss with you guys and thinking about sexual appetite and sexual capacity. All right, babe, which one you want to start? You want to start with appetite or capacity?
I'm gonna do the appetite. You know what I mean? Like let's just talk about it. So a lot of individuals, you know, in relationships or not even relationships, just situations. It's taboo to talk about like how much sex you require, right? Because it's often seen as like this person wants too much, you know. Like why are we even talking about this? Like, you know. And what I found just talking to people is that oftentimes the men's sexual appetite is a lot higher than the woman's sexual appetite, and I found that to be super interesting. And sexual appetite can also fluctuate from person to person based on things like chemistry, vibe, etc., etc. So it's just good to know your partner or whoever you're having sex with. It's just good to sit down and like talk to them, and like literally all these things that we talk about could be handled by talking with your partner on some level.
I want to stop you right there because
Okay,
you
go
said
ahead.
something about requirement in this sexual appetite. So
I said require?
you did. So
Oh, that's crazy.
Do you think that a sexual appetite is what the sex that someone requires or the sex that they want? Because is sex a requirement? Is it something that like people have to have?
No, absolutely not. So sex is definitely mainly is for reproduction, as we know. But humans enjoy it for recreational purposes, you know?
Because it brings
pleasure, stimulation, etc., etc. Brings you closer.
So it's not a requirement. So your appetite is your desire and what you think you need or want.
Right, exactly.
Okay, and so you're saying that you find in your engagement, interaction, experience, and research that men's sexual appetite is
a lot larger. Yeah, for sure.
So why do we think that?
So
I'm not sure if I agree or disagree with that. I think it's really situational because I know some women whose appetite is really large.
So we probably all know some women who have a lot of appetite, but that's not the norm. That's like one in a few. You know, I would say predominantly across the board, majority of men. If we take 100 men, 100 women, I think it will be more men who have a larger sexual appetite than women. If you do it like that.
So I wonder.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. I think that what plays a role in that is like the hormones, the like testosterone, all that plays a role in it. You know, I feel.
So I'm wondering if the men's sexual appetite appears on the surface level to be larger because it's more accessible for a man to be fully satisfied from sex, right? From just coming from their dick, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And for a woman, it's less likely for them to be fully satisfied during a sexual experience.
That's very true.
Right? So women may have a larger sexual appetite, but because of the satisfaction not being met, like that appetite isn't expressed. You know what I'm saying?
No, I absolutely hear what you're saying. But if that's the case, then the appetite...
Go, talk. I got it.
Nah, if that's the case, then the appetite isn't larger. Because all right, check this out. If me and you go to, not me and you, let's not do that, but if two people go to a restaurant, right, man and a woman, and the man says, all right, I want steak, I want eggs, I want this, I want that, I want that, and then you order like a salad, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying appetite isn't larger, but you're not presenting that to the table.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That women aren't saying that or aren't expressing that their appetite is larger for whatever reason.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that, and we have people that are saying they don't agree that women's are larger. I'm saying that A woman's are possibly larger, but it's not being expressed.
Yeah.
It's not being put on the table because for whatever reason, maybe the satisfaction's not there.
You know what I would say too? Like societal pressures of like certain standards. Like it's kind of like frowned upon for a woman to be like super sexual, like hypersexual. I'm not talking like the Cardi B's and all that stuff. I'm not talking about those city girls. That's like whatever, right? And that they're kind of getting packed up out of here anyway. But most women, it's like in any community, if you're hypersexual, you're kind of frowned upon. Like people stack with you.
So you think if someone has a high sexual appetite, they're hypersexual?
No, so it's that's different because like if you're in a I'm talking about if you're in a relationship, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying, but it's frowned upon because. All right, most people aren't having like crazy amounts of sex. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it is. So for a woman, in order for her to get that, she might have to have multiple partners, which would then also be frowned upon.
Well, I think that what happens is that a woman's appetite is large, probably large.
Right.
But they're not being satisfied. Like a woman would want sex every single day, but then even whether she's with one man or two men, they're not satisfying her, which means that her appetite isn't being taken care of. So maybe that's what it is, and then it appears that a woman's appetite is less.
So let's put that in like simpler terms so people to understand. That's like going to a restaurant and the food there is bad. Like you're like, I hate this food, but whatever. It's like convenience right there. So instead of you ordering like a bunch of stuff off the menu, you just get like a salad because you're like, you know what, this is safe.
Right. So your appetite is
more
large.
Food. You want
right.
more food,
Right.
You're like,
Exactly.
damn, man, I take a salad.
Exactly.
No dressing, please. No dressing, please.
Exactly.
Please.
So I feel like that's a good comparison to say.
That's deep.
Where a woman's appetites are probably large.
It's not the same. Yeah, okay.
They're not. They're just okay. I'll just take that because
whatever.
that'll be the level of satisfaction I'll get for that moment.
Okay. So now my question to you then is this, because a lot of guys feel like they can't. You know what's funny? I feel like we're both saying the same thing, and it's crazy because people need to have this conversation more. A lot of guys tell me they can't tell their partner their true, deepest like sexual desires or whatever, anything like that, because they'll be looked at as like animals or like freaks, you know?
What kind of sexual desire?
No, I don't know. I can't speak on that, but
like I don't understand.
No, I'm pretty sure. Like, all right, so the same way you said, like, woman is not being met. I'm pretty sure for guys it's not being met too. So
maybe it is true. Maybe people do have like deep. Crazy sexual desires. Not only men, maybe women do too. Because how would it be for a wife to present herself to her husband and be like, I want to get, I want to get gang banged. I've never been gang banged in my life. I would love to, and I would love to do it with you and 3 other men.
And he's gonna be like, absolutely not. Like
he's
crazy,
like, what's
divorce.
But if he went to her and be like, oh, one of my sexual desires is to have sex with 5 women plus you at one time.
Yeah.
He doesn't want her to look at like he has 3 heads. You know, so
that's deep.
But I'm just wondering, like, what kind of sexual desires do people have that they can't express?
You know what my philosophy on it truly is. My philosophy is simply this, right? We're humans innately, so we all have desires and fantasies and et cetera, et cetera. It's up to you to talk to your partner or whoever you're having sex with to fulfill that, because there's tons of things going on to where like if things, whatever you want you could have, you know what I'm saying, if you really want it, if you communicate with that with your partner. I feel
I also think it goes back to something that I think we spoke about it on here before, but I'm not really sure, but we definitely spoke about it together, is that satisfaction that you're getting from sex and physical interactions through sex with your partner should not be the only way you get that type of satisfaction. And I feel that like that is some of the hindrances that come along with it, because people are trying to continue to get that kind of satisfaction, and maybe they're thinking that these deep sexual desires, these out of the box things, are going to continue to give them like these deeper kind of like outer body experiences, instead of finding ways to connect with their partner, which could be sexual, right? Could be sexual, just not the actual physical sex that
Right.
sex is. That could be sexual, and to have other experiences that bring you together with that connectedness, like a sexual experience, and do
Right.
more of those things. And I feel like that will kind of expand,
Your sexual
you know,
horizons.
your those
Your
sexual
capacity.
or your sexual appetite as well as
yeah.
your capacity, and thinking about it's not this sexual satisfaction that people are trying to get with their partner is could not only be through sexual intercourse.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. And it's funny you said it because whenever and I did a lot of research on this, whenever you look at like a divorce proceeding, people who are in therapy who try to like come back from it and try to get back together, usually the therapist suggests doing exactly what you said. To not have sex, to do things like go on dates and like do like things to start find a new hobby together, like
Go scuba diving.
yeah, do things that bring you closer together. Not just sex, because sex is cool, but that's like one and done. You know what I'm saying? These experiences that bring you closer together will kind of create this story and this build up to where you have that climax.
Make me come without making me come.
Yeah, exactly. I
Right?
can't
Through those
come if I
things.
leave.
Oh my god. So doing these kind of things, like doing these kind of things together, and in our relationship, I feel like we have a lot of opportunities that present themselves in that way, right?
Yeah.
We do, like, we have experiences, we do things that bring us so much closer together and deepen our connection that it's, of course, like, let's be 100% honest. It's not gonna give you the same kind of like physical satisfaction as a sexual intercourse is gonna give you.
Right.
But it still gives you, I don't know if it's like endorphins or something like that. The same, there has to be, we gotta look it up. There has to be some science behind it where it's like endorphins or like the hormones are like elevated when you're having a connected experience with your partner.
I'm pretty sure you have
which is
like,
similar
I'm
to
pretty
sex.
sure like the movement in your brain, like that what's that part called? The medulla oblongata?
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure like that area is like going crazy when you're doing things like that, you know?
It reminds me, yeah, definitely. It reminds me of, I don't know what it's called, but I've seen it in old movies. One of the movies is one of my favorite movies, is My Girl, old movie. And what they do in this particular activity is like the partners are holding hands, and the teacher is guiding them through an experience by just them holding hands, and they basically like orgasm through the experience. They're not, there's nothing but
That's
them
crazy.
holding
That's
hands.
crazy.
So I have to see what it's called, because it's kind of something like that was what I'm talking about, where you can have such a deep connection, a deep experience where you're kind of just having an orgasm through that connectedness and experience.
Like the way I sum it up is like sex is the dessert to your dinner. You know what I'm saying? To your meal. Like, so you should have these experiences. Have the appetizer, have the entree, have the drinks, have the whatever, and then at the end have that dessert. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll be good. Trust me, fellas. Trust me. But let's talk about sexual capacity for a second.
All right. We said in the beginning, sexual capacity is your basically personal ability to engage in sex, right? So meaning there's 7 days in a week.
Right.
My capacity is two times a day, 7 days a week, right? That could be my capacity. And your partner's capacity could be something totally different.
Right.
But it's basically someone's ability to engage in sex, right?
And I feel like there's a lot of factors that go into this. I want to speak firstly about the love languages situation. So if the love language is not being met before sex, I feel as though during sex it could affect like the outcome of sex happening possibly. Like, so people like physical touch, positive reinforcements. These all kind of sound like sexual things that I'm saying out loud, but like I want to act of service. So that plays a role in someone's sexual desire. So,
But I don't think people bring those love languages into sex though.
but I feel like they should.
But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like they probably only bring physical touch. That's the only love language.
And I'm saying, I'm like, wait a minute. Positive reinforcement. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally like, I had a flashback.
But that's part of the sex.
I'm like, oh shit.
What? Why that happened to
I'm like,
you? Good job, babe.
Yeah.
But I think that you bring a valid point that the love languages should be brought into sex.
Absolutely.
And not only the physical. I feel like that's natural. That happens. But acts of service, positive affirmations.
If it is physical touch, then you should be touching it. You know what I'm saying? You should be grabbing things.
Right, if your partner, if that is your partner,
get into it.
that should be heightened.
Exactly.
But thinking about bringing
Celebrate
those
it.
other forms of the love languages
into the mix.
it.
Yeah.
And that aligns with sexual communication that we spoke about maybe months ago. That aligns to sexual communication, right?
Heavy, yes.
Because what I think that the sexual capacity, it goes back to being aligned, for the most part, with satisfaction. Because even if my sexual capacity is here, and I'm like, oh, I'm okay, satisfied. Now, my satisfaction is here, like my capacity, right? It might be like here. But now, if my satisfaction is here, that might make my capacity increase a little bit.
Absolutely.
You know? And if there's some gap in communication with the two partners and someone is not being satisfied the way that they would like to be satisfied, that's not communication. I feel like the capacity may stay at a certain level.
Absolutely.
But as you were saying, there's so many factors that can come into play with capacity.
Right.
Such as lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Right? Lifestyle. If you think about a male partner in a partnership who works 16 hours a day. Just because they're male, he might have a large appetite, but his capacity might not be there.
Right.
He might only get 2 hours of sleep a night.
He don't have time to actually get it off, you know what I mean? Like, to get the job done.
Exactly.
No time.
Or like a female partner who is taking care of the children a majority of the time, right? So she's with like a stay-at-home mom. She's with the kids
Then husband
almost
gets
10
home,
hours a day.
Husband gets home and he's like, all right.
Let's go, I'm ready.
And
but
she's
now
like,
her capacity is here. Yeah, she's like, take the kids.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it. So I think it's all aligned to satisfaction as well as communication.
What's funny, man, a lot of these situations seem like so realistic. 'Cause I know people who go through this every day. And I really feel like the answer is this. Just talk to your partner, you know what I'm saying? It's not that simple because people, not everybody is open and receptive to like dialogue, but I think it's just, that's a good start because...
So I wonder how we get to that point. I feel for us, even for us, we've built to get to a point where we can talk about things. Like, our relationship didn't just start off like that.
Absolutely.
You know, I was closed off, he was closed off. We put in the work. So maybe we should share those resources and tools about how we got to this point, babe.
But you know what I'll say? I'll speak for men. I think for men sometimes we just gotta like, cause men we have egos. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as we know, we like Michael Jordan. We doing our best. Like it's not us, it's you. You know what I'm saying? But I think if you put the ego aside, you'll be open to like constructive criticism. You'll be open to like again those love languages that will
like
help
you said, but you just like you just said.
Yeah,
a man's like it's not me, it's you.
The ego for sure. It's the ego.
But it's usually
it takes two. It takes two to tango. I won't say that. It takes two to tango. You know what I'm saying? If you're dancing, it takes two.
No, what I'm saying, if the man is already going in saying it's not me, it's you.
What I'm doing is working. Yeah.
And just like what you're doing is working. You think it's working, and I'm telling you it's not working. But you're thinking because it worked with the 5 females before me, and it's gonna work with me too. Like that. Like
I don't lie. A lot of guys do think like that.
Oh, this is my move. This is my move.
No one says
Sir, your move is not working on me. It might have worked on those 5 girls. It's not working on me. Like, get it together.
Nah, but
men won't think about that.
No, I agree with that. Because if you think about it, if you had 5 girls before and they all like that move, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? I think the guy's thinking that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's like, what's wrong with the girl?
Yeah, cause like, yeah. So.
Nah, what kind of low caliber girls you was dealing with? Nah, you was like from the left. Nah, you need to twirl up, throw it.
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
Nah, but
When do you have that dialogue in a relationship?
So it's good to have it. I would
Whenever
say
you having intercourse, no?
no. That is true. But for looking back at it, I would say it's good to have it beforehand.
Before you have sex?
Before
About what you like?
Before you even get to that sexual level, you know what I'm saying? If you are dating somebody or you're vetting somebody to be your partner, that conversation should be had when not like before you have sex. I feel not like while you're having sex or after, because then now you have something to base it off of. Like you have a.
So I'm dating a guy,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna tell him, oh, I like to get my back blown out.
No, you're a lady, so you keep it classy. You know what I'm saying? Unless that's the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. So like, look, we on date right now, right? We on date.
Date number what?
Date number 3, right? I pay for everything. I'm like, we clearly the sexual chemistry. I'm like, listen, we get out of here. What you doing later?
I'm going to sleep. I'm putting
sleep?
my bonnet on and I'm going to sleep.
All right, check this out, right? I got a very big bed, and it's only me. It's cold.
What size is it?
It's king.
Sorry, I got a California king.
Damn.
Nah.
Yo, shorty.
Yeah, see that?
Nah, I'm fucking. No, but in essence, you would have to talk beforehand, because what it does is prepares you. You have that baseline. All right, shorty said she liked this. He said he liked that. Yes, to get someone to start. Because that way
about it, yeah. So
a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to give all the details.
People be capping.
Of course you gotta cap a little bit.
I'm 12 inches. I'll just.
I'm 13 and a half inches.
Yeah. I'm gonna post that video in the story of the guy that was like 13 and 12 inches, and he held the ruler. You saw that video? No. He held the ruler up like, girls be wanting 12 inches. This is how long 12 inches are. Do y'all know what y'all talking about? Do y'all know what y'all talking about? This is what y'all want. You didn't see that video?
12 inches is like this. Y'all don't know.
12 inches is like that?
But then you look high in the butt.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm saying,
if the vibe is going there, to have that conversation.
We all know when the vibe is right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all adults, but you also.
But you're not gonna also not put it all on the table and tell somebody you're dating.
You don't put it all on the table. What's good, Texas Hercules?
Don't say hi to. You're not gonna put it all on the table and just put like all your sexual.
Never show all your cards, man. Never show all your cards.
Show all your sexual desires that you want.
Yeah, you can't do that. I might run. You know what I mean? Like.
Right. You gotta take it easy. You gotta take it easy. So the biggest thing is thinking about how you're aligning your sexual appetite and your capacity in your partners.
Absolutely.
You know, and it may not be always like in line. Right, your partner may have a larger appetite than the capacity, but you have to communicate with each other.
If you're in a relationship or a situation or whatever you're in, you guys are here. You guys are together, so you have to make it work. You know, that's all. And I think it's important to incorporate the love languages, as we said. Physical touch, positive reinforcement. I got you. I see you looking at me like, you don't know.
I'm trying to see what you're saying.
What's that? That's physical touch.
I don't even know the one.
Positive reinforcement, acts of service.
Gifts.
And
is it gifts?
I think gifts, yeah.
I think Lola knows them all.
Anyway, it don't matter. Do that. Do that, and I think if you bring that into your sex life, I think it'll definitely help for sure. Communication.
Definitely the communication. The communication. Whether you are not being satisfied, or even if you are being like satisfied to the 1,000th power, you should still communicate to your partner.
Absolutely.
And let them know, like, you surely be doing it.
Exactly.
Like, let them know. Give it to them. You know, nobody else need to be telling your partner nothing else.
Because if you don't, somebody else. Somebody else.
They shouldn't be engaging with anybody else.
Somebody else is telling them something.
But even people will be saying that they're not even doing anything with your partner. So even whether the satisfaction is here or here, you need to let your partner know. Especially if you're not being satisfied, you
Absolutely.
know?
That's the big one. Yeah.
In an open,
positive, respectful way. Because again, a lot of men have egos. A lot of women have egos too. You know, no woman wants to hear like she ain't doing something right.
But I think that happens as well, where men are hesitant also to tell women, because sometimes the women be thinking like, I know mommy is watching, but like a woman be thinking like her head is good, and the dude don't ever tell her and just be like,
yo, listen, Shark Week was last week. We done with Shark
like
Week.
it's not like that was why. Just tell her.
move on.
Just tell her it was why, or tell her like what you want to do, how she can do it a little bit different. I think that people feel a little apprehensive about sharing the things that they like because you may be looked down upon by your partner. Like,
absolutely.
What do you like? How's she telling me how to hit it? Like, who told her how to do that? Is she bringing that from her ex? Is he bringing that from the girl that he used to be with?
To anybody who thinks that way, I'll say this: you in it right now, my G. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about who. You know what I mean? Like, you in it now. Like, do your thing.
Also, the only way that someone is gonna know what they have liked in sex
did it before.
is if they did it before.
If they got it before.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how is someone supposed to know? Like, you can have your own self-satisfaction, of course. People, you know, you engage in self-satisfaction, but it's not the same when you're engaging with someone else. So how else is someone supposed to know what they like in sex unless they had sex with somebody else?
Right. I mean,
unless y'all trying things out together.
Right, to figure something out, but most of the time, if Shorty's over a certain age, she been there, done that. He been there, done that.
Is she telling you to hit it left? Because she knows she likes it left.
Somebody's hitting it left.
Somebody was hitting it left. And maybe you might hit it left with a little to the right a little bit so you have your style. Left to the right a little bit so you have your style. But if she's telling you she likes to hit to the left, hit to the left. Then you try something else and you know what I'm saying? She might like it and then you move from there. But if your girl is telling you that she's not feeling it, stop. Just like, come on. All right, I'm done with it.
Or sex with yourself. I think that's also very important. That's you know what, let's touch on that a little bit. So
now?
Yeah, well, just real quick. We'll give it a little bit of attention. Sex with yourself is also important. I think that's also important, more so for females than it is for men. But I think that just helps you get to know your body and know what you like in a safe way. You know, I feel.
So what? So say more, please.
No, so she was saying sex with yourself. So I guess that's talking about like masturbation, and even like besides sex with yourself, the love language that you practice with your partner, you should practice on yourself the same way.
That's a whole nother conversation.
But I'm getting too deep.
Because that's a conversation that we was gonna have.
Okay.
When before the topic we set for this one is just like, you know, people having these expectations of other people, but they don't even do that for themselves. But we got that coming up. But going back to like having sex with yourself to explore your body, what you like, I think that's very important. Yeah. I also think that just like you're doing that and try to navigate your body, you need to do that with your partner as well. You guys need to navigate and try things with each other, navigate each other's bodies.
Hey, Big Sam was good. That's what I say.
and see what each other likes. You know, just like you've had to get to know your body as an individual, you have to get to know your partner's bodies together, and you guys get to know each other's body. Whether y'all been together 2 years, 20 years, 40 years, it doesn't matter. People change, so you have to continuously. Yeah,
you go through evolutions for sure.
Right, you have to continuously get to know the person and their body over and over again.
Absolutely.
So I think that's another essential tip to explore each other's body and navigating things. Try new things together to see if it works. And it's okay if things doesn't work. It's okay if you try a new move on your boo. If I try a new move on babe and he's like, nah, that ain't it. But that's the level of relationship and the communication we have in our relationship for him to be like, babe, that wasn't it.
But it's also,
and I'm not gonna feel any kind of way like, man, I tried.
Nah, but it's also how you say it too. You know, like you can't don't be comparative. Don't be dismissive. Just let them know, like, yo, listen, like that was cool, but I didn't really enjoy that.
You have to know their communication style.
Communication style too.
Write that down. That's a topic. Communication style. Communication style. Because babe could surely say to me that wasn't it, and I'm not gonna feel any type of way. I'm just like, oh.
But really? Somebody might.
But somebody else, right? So knowing like their communication style. All right, I think we've chatted long enough. Any questions, comments, concerns about sexual appetite and sexual capacity, or anything else you want to ask us?
If you want our OnlyFans link, we have it in the description.
Anything else you want to ask us? You want to share with us? questions. Let's give it a minute or two. You lost an engagement. Oh, because of your communication? Your communication style, the way you communicated?
You gotta elaborate on that some more though. You lost it because of what? Like, what happened? No, like, when you had to talk about sex in your relationship. I'll keep it a stack with you. I'll be completely transparent. It was in the beginning, and I was in there like jackrabbing like a true Jamaican, and she was like, "Yo, like, what are you doing?"
Damn.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Damn, we can't edit this.
It's all good. How I communicated.
Oh, she communicated the sex wasn't good.
But see, I mean, that goes to also like, did you know your partner's communication style?
Hey, you dodged the bullet. It's all good.
Oh shit. I guess, yeah.
Babe said in the beginning, Nova told me.
Oh, facts.
You gotta chill.
Yeah, I'll see young stallion. I've been there like, yo, come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, beating it up crazy. And she's like,
This what you did on them girls? Exactly what we was talking about, right?
But again, the way she worded, and honestly, I'm like, yo, I was a little upset or whatever, but like, it is what it is.
A little? That's before we worked on our
Yeah. I was like, wow, yo, you know who I am?
He was tight.
I was like, yo, I'm the Bronx demon. You talking about? Like, all right,
Man, you was a little upset or you was tight?
No, I was tight. I was like, yo.
He felt insulted.
I was like, yo,
babe,
I'm like the reigning Bronx champion. What are you talking about, yo? Like,
I was like, babe, I'm not trying to insult you. It's just.
Nah, straight jackrabbit, yo, violated. I was going crazy.
I'm like, yo, you gotta chill, like.
But now your boy, you know what I'm saying? Now your boy suave.
I mean, sometimes you might wanna.
Of course.
But like, not every time.
Nah, but now we good money. Yeah. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Again, the OnlyFans link is in the description for y'all.
They wanna watch? Don't nobody wanna watch.
We have an old video up where you can see the jackrabbit too.
Oh my god. He's out of control. My mom watches this. It's not like our sex life is this crazy,
it's not like on some
insane things.
Yeah,
but
we do okay.
We
do all right.
We work on it. We just continue to progress.
That's it.
You know?
About to do after this.
Do what? Oh yeah, we about to get in the shower together.
Yeah.
We're about to take a shower. Style Squad.
That was our live chat.
Woo-hoo.
Weekly live chat. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure to.
Oh, you doing it for me?
Yeah, switch it up.
Don't forget to make sure to what? Like.
Pass the ball.
If you enjoyed this type of video, this type of content with the Styles Familia, don't forget to
like
and
comment
and
subscribe.
And don't forget, if you want to see every time we post, because wait, have we posted 100 videos yet? We need to check. We've been consistent. Well, we posted 25 in Vlogmas. We posted 25 in Vlogmas, and then about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 35. 2, 4, 6, 8, 45. 2, 4, 6. So almost maybe not yet. We're not close to 100, like 50 something. But we've been consistent.
Yes.
We have been consistent.
So that's one thing you guys gotta like.
Good job, baby.
For sure.
So if you want to make sure every time we post a video, don't forget to
like.
No, don't forget to beat that notification.
Oh.
We already did it. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.
Peace.